Hey, you! Ooh, me? Yes, you. You ever want to play your skeleton with some accessories and stuff, but you can't afford it? Yeah, I mean, some of the stuff is like sold out, so yeah, I don't know. Well, guess what? We're going to show you how to make your own accessories. Wow, cool! How when we're going to do it? Now! By using cardboard, tape, and scissors. That's how you start like a commercial. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys how to make your own coffin, because I'm pretty sure you guys saw those coffins on Amazon or eBay or anything like that. It's pretty expensive. So I made one last year. So it has one of this band thing on it to keep the whole together. And get your skeleton in here. So I'm going to show you guys how to make one. Very easy, very simple. Alright, so get your cardboard. It could be any kind of cardboard. So I'm going to have to trace this out. Pretty good. I need to get a ruler, so I'll be right back. Got the ruler. And you need a pencil. So I'm going to measure this out. So from, I'm going to put this camera so you guys can see it. So I don't want you guys being confused. So we're going to measure it out from here to here. So from here, focus, from here to at least here. So I'm going to hold it like this so you guys can copy it. So I'm going to hold it like this. And then you're going to make your line from there to there. So I'll go do that right now. There we go. Now, if you're having a little difficulty, take your skeleton, spread him out real good, across his arms, like this, and measure him too. Because you want to make sure he fits in his coffin. Because you don't want him, like, too tight or anything. If it's a little loose, if this one's a little loose too, it's okay. Beggars can't be choosers. Now use your ruler to straighten out. So I'm going to do that right away, and then I'm going to show you. And it should look like this. Alright, so now we're going to have to cut it. But you're probably thinking, wait a minute, how are we supposed to cut it then? Well, we're going to cut it in certain ways, because we got to make sure we do the sides too, because we got to make sure the sides are like this. Like all folded in one. Now, if you already made one, kind of a little difficult, but yeah, we'll get to it. We're going to measure out the skeleton again. Place this foot down. Good. And we want to measure the sides of them too. So place your ruler down. Place your skeleton towards the 0 centimeter and measure how wide width of the wall you want it to be. It can be any size you want it to be. Because there's no judging. It could be, the coffin could be any way how you want it. So once I'm done measuring it, because if you try to make it straight as possible as you can. If you don't want to make it too wobbly or anything like that, that makes any sense. So something like this. Now you're going to take your ruler and try to copy it onto the other side. So that's going to be a little tricky. But if you have your ruler and measuring it out, mark it. If you can mark it, my ruler is going to be a little difficult to measure. And then you trace your ruler. I mean, not trace it, but try to match the line to it. Then use your ruler to make it straight as possible. Now, if it comes out too long when you cut it out, it's alright. You can trim it to make it look nice. And it should look something like this. A little bit. Like this. Now I know it's a little difficult to see it because it's in pencil. And like that. Now you're probably thinking, what about the door? The door will do that last. That's the last part. And I hope I do have enough pieces for it. If I don't, I'm gonna have to look for my cardboard. Anyway. So now we gotta get the edges. The edges are going to be the tricky parts. So we're just going to make it line, rectangle enough, long enough, because it could be any long you want it, but then, because when we're cutting it, we can trim it when we're done. So make sure it goes out like this. I'll show you guys when I'm done. Something like this. See how that looks? Now try to match it on the other side like that. And now go ahead and do that. If you need to pause the video many times, go right ahead. Alright. So now you have your coffin drawn out like this. Now we're going to cut it. And while we're cutting it, make sure you be careful doing it. And then we're going to fold it up, tape it, and we're going to see how it is. And then when we're done, you can color it. You can color whatever color you want it to be any color you're like. So let's begin cutting. So I'm going to cut it, and then I'm going to bring it back to you guys. So I'll see you guys when I'm done. Alright, now we're back. So we got our coffin ready. So we're going to measure him with our skeleton. So he's going to be a little bit tall, short for it, but of course you have to make your coffin a little big, because this is coffin. It's pretty big with this one too. See? This one might be a little bit bigger, but that's okay. You can probably use it for any kind of coffin. This coffin is just for the sample. Like I said, you gotta measure it out, make it nice. So now we're going to start to the folding part. So the folding part, you're gonna have to try to fold pieces gently like this. Fold it. Get to how you like it. And like I said, you can trim it if you want to. Now, if it's like the little inches off, that's okay. You can't really tell, but it's okay. Once you tape it, it's going to look like this. Pull this part up like this. This. And the coffin be like this. All folded nicely. Like the little stitch parts up here, so I'm going to trim it. But we're going to tape it first. So get any kind of tape to be this kind of tape. And we'll tape it up. Now don't go crazy on it, because if you go crazy on it, it's not gonna look nice. Here bad. And then taping it should look like this. Now if you want to be more secure, you could put a little more tape in here too, if you want to. You don't have to. So I hope you guys are enjoying the Halloween. I'm kind of am. Sadly, I can't do any other stuff. But I hope you get plenty of trick-or-treaters and stuff like that. Passing out candy, or getting candy, or being with your family members. That's all that matters. And there we go. The coffin's ready. Perfectly fits. Now, if you want to make him where he doesn't waggle that much, you could put tissues in here. Tissue or paper towel as a pillow. Now we'll move on to the door. The door, you take the extra pieces you have, measure it out nicely. This. Then we're gonna cut off the excess piece. But make sure you measure it nicely though, where it all lines up perfectly. It's okay to have some extra piece sticking out too. It's better off to have it like that way, so you trim it. Now you trim it. The edges wherever you want the door handle to be at. So it could be whatever how you want it to be. It could be on this side or this side. I prefer this side because that's most common for coffins to have. Or you can just get pieces, put them aside, and make like a door coffin where it just opens up like this. Put some sides here, trim some sides up. Right there and there. And just make like a thing. You can do it that way too. Doesn't matter. I'm just showing you how I did it. So remember, you can make this coffin any way you want it to be. Alright, we got the first tape on. And we have the next one. And what you do is, you open it up. And we're going to put nerd slice tape on this side too. To bond it, make it one nicely. And do like this. It's okay to have a little gap on it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Because on this one has a gap too. Tape on the other side. Make sure it's fully bonded. And we can close our coffin. We got our coffin. You cannot tell the difference. Now you're probably wondering about the string part. You get those rubber strings from any stores, like dollar store, for like a couple bucks. So, or you use a rubber band. That works too. So, yeah. Alright, now we can use some coloring. On the outside, we use black. This is just sample, you can make it any color you want. So I'm gonna go like black. And it should look like this when you're done. Now, with the tape part is, yeah, you can see the tape. Once you keep like applying like coats around it, eventually it'll look like this. Yeah. So now we're doing the inside. The inside will be done by any fair color that you choose. It could be any color you want: red, blue, green, any color you want. So, since I did one with blue, I'll do one with red. So you open up like this, your coffin like this, and you just color it with red. Now on the camera it's gonna look pink, but it's actually red. Don't ask me why it's gonna look like red in the camera, but it does. Well, I'm gonna like edit one first. Yeah, it comes out a little better. And it's done. Now, since I did it with their marker, I kind of ruined it. So yeah, but it's alright. So the marker can only get like the edges right here. These little edges right here. So if you're using with red paint, it will work better. Don't ask me how I managed to do it on that one. I don't know. It's been a long time. Maybe I use a different marker. I don't know. Maybe it was a lot thinner with one. So yeah. So when you're done with your coffin, it should look like this. Now before you put your skeleton in, make sure the tape parts are dry, because you don't want the marker marks to get on your skeleton. Yeah, it's not dry. So you're gonna have to let it dry. It might take a while for it to dry. Since it's plastic going with the marker, so it might take a while. Now you're probably thinking, wait a minute, what other accessories? Why can't I get afford those ones either? That's alright. So, if you want a gorilla, you get one of these. So you can find these in stores pretty cheap. Pretty cheap to use, so get your skeleton. And you take an umbrella. And then you just make sure you slide it in his hand like this. And it actually holds it pretty good. Then you pull this part out. Well, I'll try and break it. Hold him like this. Then you got yourself an umbrella. Hold it there. Then you got yourself a skeleton with the umbrella. The Japanese umbrella too, so it actually matches. That looks pretty cool. But then you're like, what? I don't want to use umbrellas. What? Maybe I want to use something else. Alright, then you got other options. You can use Legos. Other Legos, guns. On his hand. And he holds it perfectly. Shotgun. That. That looks pretty cool. For a guitar. You can pry this in his hand like this. And pretend he's rocking out. And pretend he's rocking out. Now you're probably wondering, where did I get that guitar? I got it from a old, it was a necklace I got when I was in, I think, 7th grade. There's a couple of vehicles you can find out there. You can get between, like, model cars and stuff. There's certain type of model cars you can get. Right now I'm still looking for a good one. But also, if you have a tech deck bike, these tech deck bikes, they're perfect. But you're gonna have to modify the seat though. Just use it like a toothpick, it works perfectly. Take some on there. You have them hold on to the handle. That, but just go like that. And he's on. And just adjust its legs. And you have legs on the bike. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to make the pillow. So you take your paper towel, you just rip it like that. You fold it up. Fold it up. You get a nice soft side pillow. You take it, stuff it in there. And it looks like that. Make it more fluffy. Use tissue. This is the end of the video. Hope you liked it. Please comment, subscribe, and let me know in the comments how you did your coffin. Did you make it like how I showed you, or did you make it a different way? Let me know. I'm very interested. So, this is the end of the video. If you liked it, please comment, subscribe for more videos.